Hey everyone, MLive's Quinn here in Washington, D.C., following Michigan's 71-56 Big Ten championship win over Wisconsin to cap a week that was very long, very strange, at times surreal, I think, in terms of trying to figure this team out, where it was going, how it was getting there, literally and figuratively. But, you know, having covered Michigan now for 4 years, what stands out the most, just watching these 4 games in 4 days, is for a moment to kind of forget the circumstances, the other stuff, which was obviously very crazy. But the brand of basketball that Michigan played here was about as good as it can get. They looked, the way the offense is playing, steered by Derek Walton Jr., running John Beilein's stuff, is at an extremely high level. They look beyond impressive. They are a 7 seed in the NCAA Tournament because their resume is a 7 seed for that tournament. They are playing right now like a 3 seed, a 2 seed. They look like one of the 10 best teams in the country at times. In the first half of today's game, they're running around, zipping around, making everything inside, outside. Everyone's scoring. They get whatever look they want at any given time. It's usually, at times this week, it had been whether the shot falls or not, because they've been getting whatever they want, and you know that's some pretty big stuff. And then defensively, that is clearly catching up with the offense, and it's getting better and better. The second half performance of DJ Wilson on Ethan Happ today, after requesting to guard Happ, an All-American candidate, during halftime, was excellent. It was excellent, and it was a guy who seemed so often in his career to kind of just be in a game and not, in a game. He just kind of has been seen to run around a lot. This today shows the difference of a guy who's ready and willing to accept a challenge, step up to a challenge, and be a difference maker in a game. And that's what Michigan has right now. They have a team full of difference makers. Duncan Robinson in the first half today comes out and he's getting buckets after, kind of not quite a Big Ten tournament, but he was just kind of another one of the guys. And at times he was, they were really dialing him up. And you get Zach Irvin, who is now, he is catch and drive. He's not catch and consider. And that's been Zach's MO for a long time, and to lean pretty heavily on his jump shot and everything. And now he's just catching the ball. He's going to the basket, but he's still got the jumper fall. And the 3-pointer that he made at the end of the shot clock in the second half to extend the lead out on what was a really, really big possession was senior stuff. And so, right now the team checks every box, essentially. They're getting after it on both ends. They've got this mojo, they've got this moxie, they play a certain way, they look a certain way. And that's the beauty of this time of year. Teams get hot, teams figure it out. I've said back in the preseason, I thought that with the experience that this team has, the skill set at multiple positions, and having the number of shooters on the court at the same time that they have, that this could potentially be John Beilein's finest hour as Michigan coach, when the things all, if the things all came together. Now obviously I'm not saying I predicted this or foresaw any of this, but the point is that the pieces were there. It was just a matter of it working, and right now it's working beyond anyone's expectations. Now they're going to have to figure out a way to bottle this, take it to Indianapolis, win a couple games. They get Oklahoma State on Friday. I know nothing about Oklahoma State yet, and that's an issue for later this week in terms of breaking down the matchup. But I'll be curious to see how they handle the next few days. They have to rest first, obviously. 4 games, 4 days after having a sleepless night just to get here. They have to kind of bounce back, recharge the batteries, and they'll probably just be praying that Derek Walton can keep his level of play right now, because he looks like a first-team All-American out there. So we'll see. It's been a really interesting week as a writer to follow this team and see where they go from here. I would say I don't think that there are many teams in this tournament that probably are very interested in running into this Michigan team right now. But as everyone knows, all it takes though is one off night and everything can end in an instant, and then you wonder what happened and things like that. And that's the time of year it is. So we shall see. It'll be Friday in Indianapolis, a city that Michigan's very familiar with, versus Oklahoma State. I will be back later in the week to look ahead to that one. And until then, as always, thanks for watching.